Hi guys, David here, and today I've got 6 multi-copter motors supplied by FPVmodel. 4 of them were supplied by FPVmodel, two of them which I purchased myself to put on a hexacopter. They are 2216 motors, 800 kV, and can run up to 5S. Okay, I've opened up the box, and this is what you get in the package. It's well protected in a very soft foam packaging. In the box, you get your prop adapter with your 6mm diameter, thread to suit your props. Comes with a T-motor style prop adapter for the flat props. Your motor, obviously, with quite a bit of wire there, which is silicon wire, so nice and soft. Your bullet connectors and your screws to mount your prop adapter to the motor, or the T-motor prop adapter. And that's about it. You don't get screws to mount the motor to your frame. These are M2.5 screws, and the motor screws are the M3 screws. Now the screw configuration is 16mm and 19mm, which is pretty much your standard for about this size motor. You can see the shaft there, which I find is a little bit disappointing. The shaft actually protrudes, you can see it there, out from the bottom of the motor, so you have to have the hole at the in the center. Other than that, the motor looks quite good, and you can see they're the 2 mounting screws, and the shaft comes out a little bit to help center the prop. It goes on there, or you have the T-style prop adapter. Now, the motor itself looks quite nice. These days all their motors are well milled. It's got a slight textured finish to it. The writing is a sticker that appears to be stuck on there. Definitely a lot of wire, so you won't be short of wire there. So you can see it's quite long. Would have been nice if they supplied the screws for this. I think that should be supplied, and also the other bullet connectors too, but then again you always get a set with your ESCs most times anyway. The C-clip is a little bit different than I'm used to. It sort of sticks out a little bit, so you have to ensure that your hole for your shaft here is big enough to basically this size here, so when that spins around you don't hit your C-clip. That's why I think it would be great if that was recessed in, or whether these were made a little bit deeper to sit them out. Otherwise you could always put washer spacers to pack underneath your motor with longer screws. But one good advantage of they have made this quite deep, and it appears that you're not going to get the issue of your screws, your mounting screws, hitting your windings as some motors have. There seems to be quite at least I'd say 5 to 6 millimeters from the top there to your actual winding, so you can, most screws are going to do the job in mounting. Okay, now we'll have a look at the weight of the motor. According to the website, there's on the specs it says 68 grams. I haven't cut the wires off or anything, it's the same wires, just bundled them up. So let's have a look. So we're 79 grams, but that's just on the motor its own. If you use the prop adapter, add that weight. So we're up to 87 grams. And these screws for the mounting of the prop adapter, 1 gram. Or the T-style adapter, 80 grams. So there's your weights. Okay, the bearings are NMB bearings. There you can see the clip. Under the clip there's looks like a brass washer, and that's obviously to take up any slack, which I can't feel at the moment between the motor in the motor there. You can see the clip will rotate with the bearing and the motor, so make sure you're clear of that. The windings themselves, look, I'm not an engineer by any means. They look tidy, quite small wire. The testing I'm going to do is not just static thrust testing and with different size props. I'm basically going to mount these onto my hexacopter and record the telemetry from my FreeSky, which will give me amp current draw, my voltage drops, and my altitude. Hexacopter I'll be putting the motors on. It is just a typical 550 frame, running a NASA light controller, brushless gimbal, should be a GoPro on there. There's my voltage sensor, current sensor, and under here somewhere is the altitude sensor for the FreeSky system.